Hey guys, this is Trenchy back again to bring you in our video, and this time we are going to be talking about a early 2000s classic, in my opinion, American Psycho, directed by Mary Herron, starring Christian Bale, Jared Leto, Reese Witherspoon, and Willem Dafoe, and other people. This movie's fucking crazy, man. Every time I watch this film, it just gets better and better and better, and I just get sucked in this surreal kind of world of a madman. Um, the movie's about Patrick Bateman, and we kind of follow him. Uh, he's a he's a Wall Street guy. He's rich, high class, kind of a dick, but also at the same time not. He's also very progressive, very smart, very intelligent. Um, and also very cruel and very controlling, wants to be in control. Played brilliantly by Christian Bale. He's manic, but calm and understanding. He's intelligent and very methodical, but he's also irrational and brash. It's and I know I'm listing a bunch of contradictions. That's the point. Um, he contradicts himself all the time in this movie. There's a lot of contradictions. Um, Pretty much, we follow him as he starts supposedly killing people, and we just follow him on this surreal journey. Um, like I said, Christian Bale's brilliant in this role. There are some scenes where I think he's very much channeling Jim Carrey, especially with his facial expressions. He had to do a lot with his facial expressions, and there's a scene where he's about to murder his competition, Paul Allen, with an axe, and he does this little dance and does these little face expressions, and he does them later too, and it's very much in the style and the vein of Jim Carrey in a way. That's why I thought of he's got that energy. Um, I I really enjoy this fucking movie from everything just hits the mark from the music to the cinematography, especially the shots where we see from Bateman to Willem Dafoe's I think it's Officer Kimball's character when he's like confronting him about stuff, and just the way the camera moves or the way the camera focuses on like one of the dead bodies at the bottom of the stairs with the chainsaw, and it's just like so fucking good. Really interesting shots. Um, Now, this might be my favorite psychological horror. Um, just Patrick Bateman is an enigma. It's hard to really understand him and understand the story because we're following it from his perspective. So that's why certain characters are a certain way. Paul Allen seems like a mirror of the Patrick Bateman character, but slightly not as smart. But still, Patrick Bateman's very envious of him. Um, and that's why he murders him, because he's envious of the position he has, and the fact that his stuff is nicer, and the fact that he's got this deal and everybody treats him with more respect. But when Patrick sees him when Patrick's talking to Paul, Paul seems like he seems exactly like Patrick, but not as intelligent. Just like Reese Witherspoon's character, the girlfriend, comes off very annoying. But as we know, we're watching through Patrick Bateman's eyes, she's probably not as annoying as she's being perceived. Kind of like with, and I might be looking way too much into this. Kind of like Kimball, we see Kimball as very intimidating, um, kind of onto him, knowing what Patrick did, but that's just the way Patrick sees it. You know, that's just the way it's it's seen through his eyes. So everything isn't as it seems. Um, I've noticed. I hopefully haven't done this review before. I noticed some interesting things on this watch, like Patrick's like urinal that he pees in. He has a picture. He has a poster of Miserables, the musical, and there's the little blonde boy from it. I think that's what that's supposed to. The picture is the little blonde boy who ends up dying in the end of the story. I forgot his name, but I think he's also present when Javert kills himself. Yeah, the little boy in the in the movie in the play Les Miserables, the poster, he stares that in the face every morning when he takes a piss, which is very disturbing that he stares like this poster of this child right in the eyes while he's taking a piss. It also, his love of music. Every time he goes to kill someone, he always talks about music to them, and they never seem interested. He's always either breaking down Huey Louie and the tunes, does Phil Collins, he does Whitney Houston, and no one seems to get what he's saying. Everybody kind of brushes it off, but he gets in this real philosophical conversation about music. And here's the relatable thing about Patrick Bateman, which is weird. Patrick Bateman was designed, in a way, the character, so that everybody could relate to him in one way or the other. It's weird that way, but he's like, I'm a figment. And if you look at it, there's something about Patrick Bateman that we could relate to. It'd be the paranoia, the wanting to have friends, the wanting to impress, the intelligence, the passion for the arts. I can go on and on. He has so many attributes to him. And they keep changing like a chameleon to switch for the times. Kind of like he's like a chameleon, like nobody knows who the fuck he is. They keep saying he's different people, which could be a play on the, the all Wall Street guys being the same. The thing is that this movie just sucks you in and just takes you on this journey. And I've watched this movie plenty of times, but it never gets old. You just entering the psyche of a madman. And I probably already said that, but you never know what he's thinking, and you never know what's real or not. But that's the point, because you're not supposed to understand an insane person. Because if you're sane, you're using logic. Insane people think without logic, which I think against logic. That's what makes them insane. So how can someone thinking logically understand someone who's not? You can't use logic to explain unlogic. I don't think that's possible. It cancels each other out, just like it contradicts it, just like Patrick does in the movie. And even in the end, he says, I elude my punishment. So it's kind of like he's trapped in this life. It's kind of like his life, even though he has a good life and you think he has everything, the hot women every night, going to fancy restaurants and shit like that. In the end, he's trapped talking to these people he doesn't care about, just trying to impress them, not because he needs to, and not he doesn't even like his job. He just wants to fit in. He just has this underlying need to fit in. He's just this very sad human being. And that's that's beautiful about this film. Is it's a lot of things people can relate to in one way or another. Patrick seems like he thinks of himself as the perfect specimen. But at the end of the day, he's just a sad, strange little man, as Woody would say. Trying to live this life. Living the life that he hates. Because he has an urge to. And it's kind of like the murders in Real or Not Real were an escape. But in the end of the day, there is no escaping. And like he said, he eluded his punishment. He's trapped in the life. Which is very interesting. A lot of people see this as a horror comedy. I really don't. I mean, there's a couple funny scenes in it, but in the end of the day, I just see this man slowly losing his fucking mind and breaking down and just following this surreal journey of just pure insanity. I would like to bring up Janine here as well. Now, I do think Patrick had some real feelings for Janine. Yes, there are moments where he wants to take her out, but there are other moments where he feels sorry and he actually, she wants to stay, but he keeps telling her to go or something bad's gonna happen. And thankfully she leaves. And Janine is one of the only people in the movie that were shown in a favorable light. A lot of the people either seem annoying or crass or intimidating, but Janine is shown to be nice and kind, and even though Patrick gives her a lot of shit, she always seems to have a soft spot for him and like him. And again, we're seeing through Patrick's eyes, so I do think that Janine, he did actually love Janine, or have at least some sort of feelings for Janine. And that's why he spared her. And I'm just a dumbass, none of this could mean anything, but I'm just, I'm just giving my thoughts on the film. But, there was one more thing I wanted to say. One more thing. I know, like, I already brought up the fact that he wants to be in control. He's a control freak. He's always seems to want to be controlling the situation. But then there are those brash, manic moments he has, which is crazy to see. What was my other thought? He said the shit about Janine. Shit, I have a brain fart. I'm probably gonna think about it later and be smacking myself in the head like, fuck. You forgot to say that, you bastard! God damn it. But, no, this movie is just fucking brilliant, man. I don't have a flaw with this movie. This movie's just Mary Herron killed it. I mean, very well made, very surreal. I love the I love the I had to kill a lot of people. I had to kill a lot of people. I'm a pretty sick guy. Oh, the thing I was looking for is he's always trying to get reactions out of people as well. Like, he wants to be caught. Like, he's always telling people, I'm gonna play with your blood. Like, I'm gonna do all the shit. And most people don't react. Some people do, but most people are like, oh yeah, like, they think he's joking or some shit. And it's almost like he wants to be caught, which is very interesting. Um, I have any idea what the movie means? No, my best guess, like I said, I think it's just told from the perspective of a madman, and the reason no one can really make sense of it is because you can't really make sense of a madman. Like, if you go inside the mind of a madman, you're not gonna, like, be able to make sense of it, because we follow logic and they don't, you know? And, yeah. But that's a lot of the interesting things I noticed on this watch, and I'm gonna keep watching this movie. I'll always return to this movie, because it's just a journey. The journey never gets old. The the just it even if you know the ending and all that, it's just going down this path and noticing little things here and there. Like, he always got porn on in the background, or Texas Chainsaw, he has to return the videotapes. Why does he always have videotapes? Like, why do he have porn playing all the time if he has his own clips of himself doing porn with these girls? Like, there's so many things. What did he do with those tools to those women that she had to get surgery? Like, fucking. And even that scene where he's like driving up to Gary and he's like trying to get her in the car with the money the second time after she knows what he is, and he's like a shark, like, stalking her. It's so fucking good, man. So, you just gotta see the movie to understand. You just gotta see the movie. Also, my other theory was that the lawyer might have been helping him and shit, and setting stuff up, like, but I don't know. On this go around, it's still an option, but I think that theory's mostly debunked. I still mainly go with, we're just following it through his eyes, and that's why we can't follow it, because he's fucking insane. Um, Brilliant movie. 10 out of 10. One of my favorite movies of all time. I keep coming back to this movie. And it's just an experience I think everyone should see. I just think it's one of those films that is timeless, and I think will stand the test of time, and has a really great, poignant story to tell, and it's a masterpiece. It's fucking brilliant. So I highly recommend American Psycho if you haven't seen it. I'm sorry if there might be slight spoilers in here, but I tried to keep it vague enough, but I did explain some stuff. Also, the gore's fantastic. I mean, the kill scenes are great. I mean, the blood looks good, and it's just, they're highly entertaining and disturbing. Like, his first kill's really disturbing because of the build up to it and stuff like that. And yeah, also there's another scene where it seems like he drugs this woman to get her into the restaurant. And he keeps calling the same restaurant, trying to get in there when he doesn't have the reservations. And, like, you can interpret that in many ways. Was she drugged to get her into this other restaurant, or was did he just get lucky, or did he know that she was going to be like this? Like, it's just so many different routes you can take. And yeah, man, that's it's just a great movie. Fantastic movie. kills it on all cylinders. But yeah, that was my review slash kind of breakdown of American Psycho kind of thing. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep bop boop.